Yo, what's going on, guys? And hopefully this doesn't sound too bad. I'm in the library right now, so comment down below what do you guys think of the Memphis Grizzlies New Orleans Pelicans deal. So right now, Memphis is finalizing a trade to send Jonas Valanciunas, the 17th overall pick and the 51st pick to New Orleans for Steven Adams, Eric Bledsoe, and the 10th overall pick and the 40th pick and a protected 2022 first round pick via the Lakers. So that means that the New Orleans Pelicans just cleared up about $35 million in cap space and then brought on 14. So it was $21 million they cleared up on cap space, meaning that they could match Lonzo Ball's offer sheet. And if they don't, they still can go get a different fish to replace Lonzo Ball. And this is very interesting. We're going to do the New Orleans Pelicans take right here because now New Orleans fell to 17. And my mock draft, I'll make a video on or talk about the Grizzlies later in this video, but I think right now we'll start with the Pelicans. I had the Pelicans drafting in my most recent mock Josh Giddey to be the guard right there next to maybe replace Lonzo. But now that Memphis is at 10 and New Orleans is at 17, I had at 17 Jalen Johnson going to the Grizzlies and falling down there. Now the Grizzlies, you could argue they got help at the guard position where they lacked the most depth was at the backup point guard behind Tyus Jones and John Morant. They didn't have any. And they have a lot of shooting guards with John Conchar, Grayson Allen, Anthony Melton, and Dylan Brooks, and Desmond Bain. So there's also, I think Justice Winslow is going to leave. So with the 10th pick, I'm going that they're going to go looking for a shooter or a guy along the lines of like a Corey Kispert, maybe even Keon Johnson if they like that defense. I think they're going to go, or Chris Duarte, I think they're going to go at least small forward right here for the Memphis Grizzlies. In New Orleans, they could go with a guy at 17, maybe like Jalen Johnson, or they can go big man. Yes, they have Jonas Valanciunas, but I think Isaiah Jackson, Usman Garuba will be available. So will guys like Kai Jones, I think, Jaden Springer. I mean, this is a great deal. It opens up cap space because this will allow them to either match an offer sheet to keep Lonzo Ball for the Pelicans, or they'll have the cap space to pursue a significant free agent point guard like Kyle Lowry and others. Pels like Valanciunas as a floor spacer instead of Steven Adams, who can't shoot from three, while Jonas Valanciunas has shown the willingness to shoot from three. I think this is a very interesting deal that I don't think a lot of people were expecting. And I mean, right here, because Zion's made it clear he wants to win now after seeing what Trae Young just did. And I think when you look at this draft at 17, who's the best player available? Because right now I have being available at 17, Isaiah Jackson, Usman Garuba, Kai Jones, Jaden Springer, Jared Butler, Zaire Williams, Trey Mann, Kessler Edwards, Joshua Primo, Jeremiah Robinson Earl, Bones Highland, Neems Kieta, JT Thor, Quentin Grimes, Ayo DeSumo, Herb Jones, Sharif Cooper. There's guys there that they could get at 17. I mean, there's also the possibility of Keon Johnson falling to them at 17. I think right here, the Pelicans, now that they have Jonas Valanciunas and Jackson Hayes at center, I think they're set at center. Where they need help is at the guard position, and a guard helping them right there. A guy like Jaden Springer could really help, or Trey Mann, Jared Butler. I mean, if Chris Duarte, Trey Murphy fall there, that'd be great for them. Corey Kispert, I don't think he'll fall that far, but he could, maybe. He'll be a good pickup for them. Same thing with Keon Johnson if he does fall. I just think now the Pelicans are going to try to get the most NBA-ready player at 17, while at 10, the Grizzlies, I see them going, like I said, a guy like the only guard I see them going for is Keon Johnson. If Franz Wagner, Corey Kispert, Chris Duarte, Trey Murphy are there, that's who the Memphis Grizzlies are going to get. I think that's wild. I think this is a crazy trade and something that we weren't expecting. I think what we got to look at, one takeaway from this deal is beyond the significant money aspect that could potentially allow them to match a Lonzo Ball offer sheet, Eric Bledsoe getting dealt is another example of when you hear a contract can't get moved, it can, okay? And I think the Pelicans won here. They get an upgraded center going from Adams to Valanciunas and get off the Adams Bledsoe contracts. And they also get a chance to pursue Kyle Lowry or match Lonzo. I think, and they still have the 17th pick and they still have a second round pick. Yeah, they had to give up a protected pick, but it wasn't theirs. So they're not losing anything in this deal. So I think really it's a win, okay? Because you just brought in guys that you weren't expecting. So now you look at this, how will this team figure out Willie Green and Jonas Valanciunas and Jackson Hayes? I think that's a great center rotation next to Zion. And this is a team that I think, I don't think a lot of people were expecting. I mean, I thought Eric Bledsoe was expected to be moved, but I'm surprised that they were able to move him for such a good deal, clearing up so much money. Even Steven Adams for only giving up one pick. I mean, shout out to the Grizzlies for getting capital and, you know, taking on contracts, kind of doing sort of a impression of the Oklahoma City Thunder, what this Thunder have done for years now, just, and other teams have. Like the Nets took on Timothy Mozgov's contract, if you guys remember. That was something else. Timothy Mozgov's contract. That was a bad one. That was a really bad contract. Can't believe that they actually paid him that much money to be their, like, starting center of the Lakers. But not the Lakers, the Cavs, wasn't it? I don't even remember. It's been like what feels like forever. So yeah, I want to hear your guys' thoughts right now. What do you guys think of this deal? I think it was kind of like shocking. I wasn't expecting. I was like, I'm actually in the library doing homework, so like that's why I like looked at my friend. I was like, yeah, I'll be right back. I gotta record because like this unreal. Nobody was expecting this. Okay, so when we saw this happen, we were just like, holy crap! No way is Eric Bledsoe and Steven Adams. I thought it was just Eric Bledsoe. Then I see Steven Adams. I'm like, they were able to move from both contracts? That's some good GMing right there. Okay? People say certain contracts aren't movable, and then they move those contracts. Oh yeah. Good for them. Okay? You gotta love when a team does that. So I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below. What do you guys think of the video? And what do you guys think of Jonas Valanciunas being on the team, and who do you think they'll draft? Okay, I think that's a big question. Who will they draft? Because like, again, this was not a deal anybody was expecting. So I'm still sitting here a little shocked. Now I gotta upload a mock tonight to update my last one, because I uploaded one last night that's already been, you know, can't be happening because of this trade. So we gotta switch things up and come up with somebody who's going to be the 10th and 17th pick now. Kind of threw my mock through the world. But yeah, Jonas Valanciunas. What do you guys think of that deal? I think it's a decent pickup. I mean, there's worse players in the league, and I honestly like him. He's a physical guy, and I think he'll really help bring a winning mentality to New Orleans and be a good veteran leader for this young core that they have. Okay, they need a guy who has experience, and Jonas has that experience. So let the guy work, do his thing, figure it out, you know. And he's still like relatively young. He's got like 2 or 3 years before he falls off. I'm not saying that they'll keep him that long because his contract is expiring, but like, look, I think again, great deal on their part. So let me hear your thoughts, guys. That was basically the video. I thought I was gonna do 2 videos, but fuck that.